Alright, welcome back everybody. We are back in Old Song. Disappointing. We can't do the blood sacrifice because we didn't have them at the time. You have to have them at the time. You go into the blood pool. Otherwise, no dice. So, a bit disappointed about that. I forgot that you had to do that at a specific time. Kinda sucks. There's drakes attacking our keep. Edir, take that guy out of there. Alright, we should go back and do the See, the thing is, if you don't go back and do the resolve, you lose buildings. It's super duper annoying. Luckily, we've been kind of lucky so far. We haven't had a lot of attacks yet. So hopefully, this is the new and improved keep where that's
Of course.
not something that's going to be super important. 1 day and 5 hours. Let's manually resolve this problem. I really don't want to do this, personally. But you know what? We kind of have to, so... Oh, damn. Thank you for pausing it for me. Oh, there's two big drakes. You go fight that one. Okay. We're also going to get some tentacles since we can rest right after this anyways. And tentacles are great for taking on drakes. And you know what we're also going to do? Wounding shot on that drake. And we're also going to bless our ranged DPS group. And beat that drake to death. Apparently there's some worms in the back. And a Zarab. For some reason a Zarab came along with the group. One drake down. Everybody's on that drake now. I better not have lost too many of my people. They're expensive. I think a few of them might have died. I see only a couple left. 4 or so survived. I hope the expensive ones survived, because they are expensive. They should match their cost in terms of skill at not dying. It's kind of important.
As you wish.
I hear some sort of riot going on. It's a leftover sound file from when we were here before. Alright, how many people died? 4 of them did die. Our Brutish warrior survived, aces, and our Crucible Knight survived. That feels good. Alright, we're good. I don't really care if anybody else died. Let's grab a Vanguard dude. We'll grab a Gold Packed Knight, a Blooded Thug, and a Cleric. Actually, you know what? Go away, Cleric. We'll get the Avenger's Skein. Yeah, he lowers our prestige, but he's got 3 security ability. Maybe he won't get evaporated in combat like my other ones. No promises. We lost 4 people that fight, which actually isn't bad considering 2 drakes, several worms, and at least 1 Zarap. There might have been more Zaraps, but they might have evaporated long before I even started to pay attention to them. Back to Elms Reach. We don't really need to rest just yet, and our bow is max level, which is so cool. Maybe we should start going, or maybe we should start doing the white march type of stuff so we can get Twin Sting. It's not a terrible idea. Alright, let's look around. So Glenfathan Home, Old Song District, Glenfathan Home. Dark Omen, even the Delemgon couldn't stop him. Just a man, powerful, but just a... nope. Don't actively take anything. You can look. You can look, you just can't touch. Otherwise it counts as stealing. And then you get in trouble. So much trouble. Alright. Tribeswoman? No. Oh, shit, right. We're not supposed to steal.
What is it?
Oh, well, we lost white slide things. Wasn't even paying attention. That's okay. We'll regain our trust with Twin Elms. A slight steal is not going to make any difference. Especially since we helped them kill those mercenaries. That was quite the boost to our Twin Elms rating. Now, there's another Glenfathan home. I'm used to just looting everything. I forgot that there's a penalty for doing so. Disappointed in myself. Anybody home in here? No. There we go. We can loot this place indiscriminately. Not that there's much here,
Whispers and
except
shadows.
for the Starlit Garb, exceptional. Skill, spell defense bonus, athletic. So plus 4 damage reduction, light armor, plus 2 athletics, and plus 10 defense against spells. That is probably going to go on somebody, just because even with a 15% activation penalty, which isn't going to go well on people like our rogue. Well, actually, no, our rogue is wearing light armor. Let's take a look. We'll take a look and see. This is the Hall of Warriors. Let's go take a look around. Hello, miscellaneous warriors. There's a guy named Arthwin. Not right now. As you can see, I've got important things to do at this moment. Clearly. Too important to spare a moment to talk with me. I am the most important. I am the PC, damn it. Speak with me. I'm so sad we can't cruel our way up the blood tree. Oh well. Oh well. It is what it is, I guess. Are you a named person? Hang on, whoa. Oh no, you're just a warrior. Ovate's guard, Ovate. Okay, what's an Ovate? Oh, hi Ovate. We need to talk to the Bleda.
Hail, Estramor.
The elf holds a chipped wooden pipe. The sweet smoke wafting from the bowl makes you dizzy. Welcome, Estramor. I've got herbs and potions for sale. Looking for something to ease your travels or something to make them more interesting? When she grins, you see her teeth and gums are stained brown. Ew. Yeah, actually, there is things that I want from you, like Vithrak brains or rubies. Do you have rubies? If you have rubies, then I'm interested. But you don't, so you suck. No one has any rubies in this stupid civilization. All are welcome in the Golden Grove. That's not true. At all. You don't let any Estermorn in here. An elf with placid green eyes nods in greeting. Welcome to the Golden Grove, traveler.
Many blessings, traveler.
Do you seek the wisdom of our herbalists, or simply to bask in Wertha's glory? Tell me about the Golden Grove. We are the Ovates, druids, philosophers, and students of nature. We gather here to share our knowledge and celebration. She turns to another elven woman standing near the entrance to the grove. Many travelers come to us for poultices and remedies. Bleda understands the cures and poisons of nature like no other. Who leads your order? High Ovate Arona leads us. She sometimes journeys to Elmshore to renew her strength. However, she's there now with some of her closest followers. In fact, Arona is a mighty elm among us. She's lived for generations. There are none who understand the world as well as she, and we are fortunate to have her wisdom to answer our questions. I'd like to know more about her. Her eyes brighten. Why, you must meet her for yourself. She is wise and kind and has led our order from the beginning, yet she walks among us and gives freely of herself. That is why that is what so many of us cherish about her. She is present among us in a way that the gods never are. Gotta go. Not the person we want to talk to. Although she's in Elmshore, we learned that. We need to talk with the Delmingen sisters. That's what we have to do. That's our... there's a cutscene type thing.
You have stayed true to our cause, Inquisitor, when so many others have not. For every heretic we confess, for every betrayer that burns on our pyres, new sheep continue to flock to Iavara Exencios. But not you. I underestimated you in the beginning, but no longer.
You honor me, Grand Inquisitor.
It is not for honor that I summoned you today, but for duty. Too many of our own have confessed upon the wheel and the rack and the flame. Too many of our faithful have had their minds poisoned by the Kratom witch. The tide is against us now. We have but one option. Iavara's following must see her exposed for what she is. She must confess her heresy before my court.
How would we reach her?
Not in Kratom, surely. Their lord has embraced her heathen faith and protects her with his army. But in Oceanus, things would be different. The king of Oceanus is a sinful man. We have helped him to see the error of his ways, and now he fears for his soul. He would pay any price for absolution.
But how would we get Eovara to move to Oceanus?
You have already done much for the Inquisition. I wouldn't ask this were there any other choice.
Theos puts his hands on your shoulder. He uses us. Or not us, but past us. Not real us. Secondary us. Or tertiary us, maybe. Dryads. Two identical women seem to fade into view as they move away from the great trees that camouflage them. Their skin is tree bark, rigid and scaly, wreathed in a curling tangle of roots, buds, and blooms. Their hair hangs beneath a shade of beneath the shade of serrated leaves, like the drooping branches of the elms above, and the pupils of their eyes are encircled by hundreds or even thousands of concentric rings, as if to mark the accumulated knowledge of millennia.
Turn around, flesh creature. Outsiders are not permitted to approach the elms.
One of them extends a snarl of roots towards you that snakes and twists together to form something like an open hand, palm down.
Do you not feel it, sister? Something familiar. An ancient soul, like the other one. Another defiler, no doubt. Let us fell him and be troubled no more. It would pay the debt of his predecessor.
The other stares at you unblinking, and as her frown deepens, her face creaks.
So it would seem, Rhiannon. But we must not hasten to judgment. I see a different motive here. Different questions in these eyes.
What of it, young trespasser? Is it as my sister says? Or are you here to stain this place with foul deeds?
I would gladly burn this place down, but I have more pressing concerns. Did I tell you it was so, sister? We do the land a great misdeed by not cutting this one down before he can join the other defiler. A diseased tree bodes ill for the grove.
Lacking in sense though he may be, we both know that he is here to find the man Theos Exarchanon. Nothing more. Really, sister? And you wonder why your leaves begin to fall out before midsummer. Clearly that man did not want to be followed. Whatever the relationship here, I suspect it is anything but cordial.
Rhiannon opens her mouth to respond, but all that escapes her knotted lips is an exasperated, rustling sigh. Sheeta turns back to face us.
The answer is yes, old one. We crossed paths with Theos not long ago, and we can tell you where he went. But I find it curious that anyone would seek him out. Suspicious, even. If we are to help you find him, we would know why.
He crossed me, and I intend to get my revenge.
I like him better now, Sheila.
Rhiannon perks up.
Indeed. A kindred spirit, it seems. But that's what this is really about, isn't it? You are tied to him.
Sheeta glances over at you, and then her expression changes as though seeing you for the first time.
I see it now. You are awakened. Your soul is awake and something once buried deep now wells to the surface. Past overwhelms present, closes in around you. Your time has nearly reached its end.
I just need to get to Theos.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but Theos cannot give you what you seek. Nor can any man. An awakening cannot be undone, any more than your past can be undone.
So this has all been for nothing, and I'm going to lose my mind.
The soul is formless without a past to shape it. Did you truly expect to be able to wipe it away?
That or kill the man who brought it up.
He is beyond forgiveness, for his deeds are beyond repair. Is that so? It would seem that way to me as well. But if that is true, then the two of you may be connected more closely than you realize. However, as much as my sister speaks truly that there is no way back from an awakening, there may yet be a way forward. Would you agree, Shiva?
I would. Were the way not so likely to end in death.
You underestimate me.
Or perhaps you underestimate your foe, Old One. Where your soul is renewed in its ignorance in each span of your life, his only grows in cunning and resolve.
The man Theos you must already know by now. You are linked by a common past. Something about it lingers within you, festering, unresolved. What it is I cannot see any more than you. And without that knowledge, your doom is certain. But were you to learn the source of this discord, perhaps it could be put to rest. Though it is equally possible it will trouble you as much now as it did then, and merely speed your condition to its end.
My past comes to me in pieces. How do I unlock the rest?
You might wait for it to come on its own, of course. But when it comes, it will replace your sanity's last breath. Such is the nature of your condition.
Or you could learn it from someone who already knows.
Theos. Would he remember?
It is said the gods made his memory perfect, that he may never forget his charge. If he ever knew, he still does.
Not that he would tell you, of course.
You have followed the right person for the wrong reason, it seems. We see it often beneath the elms. The soul dragging mind and body to unknown places for unfathomable reasons. You may have wandered into Theos's path many times, in many lifetimes, without an awakening to show you why.
The only thing that's certain is you did not find what you sought.
You said you knew where he went.
He has gone down beneath the tower to a place older than we, where the people of Engwith once walked. He makes his way to the buried city, Sun and Shadow.
Sheeta nods, causing leaves to shuffle against one another.
May he stay down there and rot with the remains of his people.
He may yet. He won't be returning the way he came, that much is certain. He opened a secret path in the tower's base, and saw it destroyed behind him through some vile means.
Is there another way to get to him?
We know of one. On the burial isle, through the court of the penitents, Braeth Yaman. A shortcut, in fact.
Don't be cruel, sister. The way my sister speaks of is not for the faint of heart. A great pit at the center of a forgotten court, where faiths were judged in place of crimes. To most, it is simply a gateway to death. With the help of the gods, it can take you where you want to go.
What do you mean, with the help of the gods?
The pit is said to have been a means of judgment by the gods. Those cast into it are meant to die. It is that way you must pass to reach Sun and Shadow. The court is old. We do not know much for certain, but it would seem only the gods themselves can grant passage.
What is this court?
No more than a ruin now. It is older than we, a place for the trial of heretics. We were not here to witness it, but at one time there was a group that refused to acknowledge the gods. Neither the first nor the last, of course, but these were numerous and all put on trial for it. Those who did not repent were cast into the pit and imprisoned below. The fall killed them, of course. The prison was not for people but for their souls, and their sentences were eternal. It is said that many of the condemned repented and were permitted by the gods to ascend from the pit, so long as they pledged their service to one of them. But these are old legends.
How could I ever get the gods to help me?
Behind us is Ter Evron, said to pierce the shroud itself and a place of communion with all gods. If ever there was a time for prayer, you have found it.
How do I pray?
Ter Evron is also called the Hall of Stars, and the stars show us the allegiances of the gods. When stars are in conjunction, we know the gods they represent are aligned as well. You should choose a place to pray where you'll be closest to those you want to hear you. If a god stands alone, you should pray to that god. If they band together, you should address them all. Choose your words wisely, for all gods expect proper homage, and none has patience for fools.
Okay, that sounds good.
Before you go, tell me this, old one. I'm curious. If you were to subdue your enemy, what would you do with him?
He must be
What would give you peace?
He must be destroyed. A just end for a vicious man. Give him our worst.
All the same, think on this matter. Be assured in your course. In the end, it may mean all the difference, not just to his soul, but to yours. And be warned. Some questions have answers that can never be learned. and it is those that trouble the soul above all others.
I lost my
May
cell
you
phone.
find an answer to yours.
It's not good. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna find my cell phone. 1 second. Alright, phone in hand, everything's good to go. Let's continue. Oh, I'm not screen locked. There we go, that's better. Alright, let's continue on our way. So we now know what to do. We have to get the attention of the gods, but that being said, we're not going to do that yet. Just because there are many other things to do in this game, including start the White March, which I think we're going to do now. We seem to be at about the appropriate place to start the White March type stuff. And so let's go do that. We could do the Searing Falls quest, actually. Why don't we do that? It's a good idea. We can get that fire person some help. She desperately needs it. And then we'll head up towards the White March, do some quests up there, gain some more levels, do some fun things like kill some more Lag of Faith and get some more soulbound items. There's 4 things happening at our keep, apparently. What is up with thousands of supplicants? Fine, someone go deal with that. And you go deal with that. Alright.
Silence surrounds me.
Where are we? We're in the wooded plains. Right, we have to go south. Okay. Go faster. I don't think that there's... Oh, there's a thing up here. Maybe we should go take a look. A forest lurker. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we should take a
I'm
careful look. Just the one lurker? Oh. He saw me.
Stand together. Stand together. That's how
That dude's not gonna last very long. That poor forest lurker didn't quite know what he was getting himself into. We're almost out of time on this video as well, so what I might do really soon is end the video and then start up again when we get to the searing place, which is right here actually. But let's go take a look up on top of this cliff first. Wine dregs swirl around the clay, the bottom of the clay jar. A plain estoc. And some junk. Easy enough. Alright, we're going to end the video here. Like always, if you guys have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, in the next video, we're going to go into the Searing Falls. And we're going to go from there, try to figure out what to do with this quest line. And actually, I do know where we're going to be going. There's a cliff, like the bluffs. We'll do something in Searing Falls. There's also the bluffs over here. We're going to do that as well. There is a Lag of Faith, I think, or something like that, that has some really good armor on him, and we're going to kill him and take it. Or maybe it's a Vishrak. I can't remember. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.